Welcome to FilmFizzes. Dive into the world of movies with us as we break down plots, uncover hidden details, and explore the magic of cinema. So, let's start today's show. Sooner rather than later of the mid-21st 100 years, the U.S. has fallen into a second thoughtful conflict, with Texas and California withdrawing and shaping the Western powers' local army, and Florida making its own partnership. The country's tyrant, three-term president, Scratch Offerman, delivers a discourse over the WF, enduring a serious shot from the follower states, calling it a significant triumph. Photojournalist Lee Smith, Kirsten Dunst, watches the discourse from her lodging in New York City, while she sees a besieging happening downtown. The next day, Lee joins her partner, Joel, Wagner Mora, as they go midtown in a descent. A more youthful columnist, Jessie Cullen, Kaylee Spaney, gets struck in the face in the mayhem, and Lee goes to deal with her and give Jessie her fluorescent vest. Lee then, at that point, sees a lady running into the group with an American banner and ducks for cover with Jessie, as the lady charges in and self-destruction bombs the group. When the clamor has settled, Lee and Jessie take photos of the outcome. Lee and Joel later join their tutor, Sammy, Stephen McKinley Henderson, at an inn party for different columnists. They are wanting to pass through the nation's disaster areas to come to Washington, D.C. for a meeting with the president, despite the fact that he believes the press to be foes. They realize the outing will be perilous, and in spite of his age and bleak weight, Sammy demands he go along with them to go to the forefronts in Charlottesville, Virginia. Jessie hears and moves toward Lee, as Jessie believes her to be her golden calf and needs to get photos of the conflict as it is unfurling. The gathering prepares to head out the following day, with Lee seeing Jessie going along with them. She and Joel have a not extremely tactful discussion about both Jessie and Sammy being with them, yet Joel guarantees her they will be no difficulty. Subsequent to driving for quite a while, they stop to fuel up, which they are simply permitted to do in return for Canadian cash. One of the shooters drives Jessie away, where Lee follows. He carries her to see two thieves balanced by their wrists, subsequent to being seriously tormented. The shooter gives Lee and Jessie the choice to give him the call to execute them. Lee simply requests that he present close by the people for an image before he kills them off screen. At the point when they hit the road, Jessie whines that she didn't catch a solitary photograph. The gathering stops at a neglected shopping center so Jessie can take pics of a brought-down helicopter, while likewise saying sorry to Lee about in the event that she appears to be a heap to go with. However, Lee couldn't care less. Around evening time, they sit and watch the gunfire happening somewhere far off as it illuminates the sky. Continuing on, the four should go through a marksman zone, remaining alive while likewise having the ideal chances. They observe her as a few men are shot before them. The gathering follows the unified state army shooters up the structure, where they take the expert sharpshooter out and catch his other men. The four then show up at an exile camp. Busy unwinding and taking care of themselves, Lee and Jessie keep on holding while Jessie creates photographs that she took during the expert rifleman chase. Jessie raises the beginning of Lee's vocation, where she had the ideal chance of an Antifa slaughter occasion. Lee lets Jessie know that she took incredible photographs. The gathering then, at that point, goes through the night, following some great people's example. Proceeding with their excursion, the four stop in a town that seems unaffected by the continuous conflict, as individuals are seen living calmly. The gathering stops to change garments, and Joel inquires as to whether they know that there is a nationwide conflict happening the nation over, yet the lady lets Joel know that the town is deciding to disregard it. Later on, the gathering sees that a vehicle is speeding to make up for lost time to them. Dreading the most obviously awful, they are astounded that it's Joel's correspondent companions from Hong Kong, Tony, Nelson Lee, and Bohai, Evan Lai. Tony moves in through the window of the Gatherings van for no particular reason, and Jesse does likewise, going into Tony's vehicle with Bohai. They drive further up until different columnists see that the other vehicle has halted with the two entryways open. They end up defied by supporter shooters who have been killing individuals passing by and unloading them into shallow graves. The head shooter, Jesse Plemons, shoots Bohai and leaves the others discreetly terrifying. Joel attempts to talk him somewhere around saying they are Americans. At the point when the shooter gains Tony is from Hong Kong, he shoots him as well. Sammy then drives the van and kills the shooter and one of his folks prior to getting Lee, Joel, and Jesse back inside. One leftover shooter fires at them as they drive away. Getting away from the shooters, Jesse spews in the back while Sammy tells Lee and Joel he can never again drive since he's been shot. Joel assumes control over the vehicle and drives until they advance toward a Western Powers Army installation in Charlottesville, passing through a consuming timberland. When they show up at the camp, Sammy has, as of now, passed on from his injuries. The gathering meets with an English correspondent named Anya Sonoya Mizuno. It is said that some supporter commanders have proactively given up, which raises all the hell they went through, including losing Sammy, unimaginably trivial. Lee, Joel, and Jesse join the WF as they advance into Washington with purpose to storm the White House and get their hands on the president. When they enter the disaster area, Jesse becomes as prepared as could be expected to get her photos, while Lee remaining parts in stunned deadness to what's happening. The writers hide as the WF tanks cut through the leftover supporter powers before they advance toward the intensely protected White House. The mystery administration gives off an impression of taking the president with them, yet the fighters know it's a bait. The gathering advances into the White House, where they are met by more furnished secret help specialists. Jesse almost disrupts everything, except Lee pushes her out and takes a shot for her. Jesse winds up taking numerous photos of Lee's last minutes before she and Joel get into the Oval Office, where the WF fighters hold the president down. Joel, loaded up with displeasure regarding losing his companions, then, at that point, stoops to ask the president for a solitary statement. He asks Joel not to allow the fighters to kill him, to which Joel answers with, "That will do." The president is executed, and Jesse has an extraordinary chance of it. Thanks for watching FilmFizzes. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe for more movie insights. See you next time.